I'm at Bath in the southwest of England, and I'm just in front of the Royal Crescent in Bath, which is really good. But the most exciting thing about this video is I've managed to get myself a Nikon D3000. So I'm borrowing this camera and I'm going to use this camera around Bath. I'm going to try and take a few pictures with this camera. It's not going to be a review of this camera because I've only ever taken one shot with this camera, that's all. And I've just managed to charge the battery and put an SD card in, so it's really brand new. I've not really touched it. I've got an extended borrow of this, so I will be reviewing this camera properly, getting all the settings and understand it. But for now, I'm going to go have a wander around Bath, have a look at the Royal Crescent. I'm going to take a few shots with this camera. Hopefully I can do it some justice and work out how it works. Before I get too far into this video, I've just got a small favour to ask. You know, of all the people that watch my videos, only 10% of you are actually subscribed to my channel. And it would be really, really lovely if you would subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's really that simple. All you've got to do is just click that button there, or just click anywhere and it will give you an option to subscribe. It's free, you don't have to pay for anything, it doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free. You can just click the button and you're in, and you're part of the team, the group that are watching these videos. If you have already subscribed, and I've nearly got 2,000 at this point in this video, then that's just amazing. I can't believe it. But if you have, thank you very much indeed. And if you do, then that's fantastic as well. So thank you for that. I hope you enjoy the video. This is a bit interesting because I've photographed so many of these phone boxes. What I didn't realise was that when they were first introduced, they were red, but then because of an outcry, because everybody hated the fact that they were red colour, they were changed to this battleship grey, and that's why this one's grey. This particular phone box was designed or built and designed in 1935 for King George V's Jubilee, and between 1936 and 1980, 70s or 80s, there was about 100,000 of these made throughout the country. That's why we've got so many of these K6 phone boxes. What I'm going to do is take a picture of this phone box, this Nikon D3000, and I'll try and get a nice shot, and I'll show you me taking that now. Trying to find the right composition for this phone box is really tricky because you've got these green bins that are here, and there's all these cars everywhere. There's lots of signage, so I think the best view is the one that we're really looking at, which is just the phone box straight on with that building behind it. So I'm going to try and take this shot now. I've got the camera in aperture priority. I don't really have to change it yet, so I think it's easier if I go to aperture priority, and then I can let the camera do a lot of the work rather than just go in auto. So that's what I'm going to do. Like many of the cameras of the age of this camera, it doesn't have live view, so you just have to see the details on the back of the screen. So I've got f5 as aperture priority. I've gone with that as kind of an average f-stop, and it's got base ISO, which is 100. At the moment it's giving me f50, f60. It's dancing around because the light keeps changing. So when these people go out of the way, I'm going to take this shot now, and that should give me the phone box and that building behind it. Obviously these people that have just come into view where you can't see them, there's people walking around all the time. The Royal Crescent in Bath is incredibly busy even in the depths of winter. So I'll show you this image on the back of my camera so you get an idea what I'm taking. So my idea is to get the phone box on the third. I'm going to do a vertical image upright, and then I've got this building here behind it, and you've got that little line there, so you've got kind of a nice balance. I think it's a balanced image. Anyway, I'm waiting for these kind of people to walk out of the shot, and then I'm going to take it. Because of the amount of people here in the horrible weather, it's not really the best time to take a picture of the whole of the building. What would be a nice image, and I think I'm going to try it with this camera, is to get a shot of these railings and looking down a bit of the archway. What you find here is that it's full of cars. There's cars all the way around the Crescent, which obviously really distracts from any nice shot, which is a bit of a shame, but that's life, I suppose. You get them everywhere, don't you? Cars always in your picture, they ruin all your shots. They can be helpful, but a lot of the time they ruin it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set the camera up, I'm going to find out what settings I'm going to have, and I'm going to take a shot looking down these railings. I'm sticking with aperture priority. I don't really know how to change the focus points on this camera yet, so I've had a quick look at it and it's not obvious. This is a real shame, so I might have to get the manual out and have a look at the camera to understand how all the settings work. It's not sort of the same as the Canon, or obviously the Olympus is so much easier. But I'm going to take a shot now. I'm going with aperture priority on my f5, and if the image is just sharp from back to front, it won't be a but if it's more sharp than I want it, then that's what you get. So I've just got an image of looking down these railings with the curvature of the building, and that's a really nice shot on the right day. It'll look amazing. Let's have a look at that now. This is the main location where everyone comes at the Royal Crescent to take those selfie pictures that we all see on Instagram. If I'm honest, I'm not sure why, because it doesn't look particularly special to me. But of course, because I'm here and because I'm doing this video about the using the D3000, I'm going to take this shot anyway. I'm going to have to wait until these hens from the chicken coop leave, and when they do, I'll get a shot now. These women that were behind me have finally moved off, but I'm going to take this shot, landscape shot, just of the Royal Crescent, and that's about it. Like I said, it doesn't look particularly interesting to me. There's that scaffolding that's there that really sort of, you know, distracts from the image. But I'm going to go for this. There's also a supermarket van that's just arrived as well, which adds to the interest, I guess. It's typical. I guess what I'm missing is a tourist stood in the way, really, to get that selfie. But there's my shot. I'll put that up now, and you can see exactly what I mean. It's not particularly special at all. Well, not in this light, at least. I've come to the other end of this 500-foot long crescent, in the opposite end to where most people are taking their selfies, and it's lots quieter at this side. Just to give you a bit of an idea about what this sort of building is, it was built in 1767 to 1774, and it's just a crescent of 30 houses, or 30 houses effectively, and there's 114 columns all around the building. It's Georgian, of course, because of the time it was built, and it's just built as a group of houses. I did read that there was one back in the 1970s, or sort of a while ago. There was a controversy because there's a lady that painted one of the doors yellow when obviously there was a let's say a bylaw or something as part of the building that all the doors should be painted white. It went to the Secretary of State in government to have a decision on it, and they decided for the lady, and she was able to keep her doorway yellow. I must admit, I'm struggling to get any more good shots of this Royal Crescent, so I'm going to have another go at doing a railing shot and try to get a picture of the railings looking down the Royal Crescent from this side where there's much less people, and actually it seems to be brightening up now, so I'm getting a bit more light. I'm still in aperture priority, I'm still at f5, mainly because I don't know how these settings work. So that seems to be the right option for me. So I'm going to go with this shot, and we'll have a look at it now when I've taken it. That looked quite nice, so it's not special. I don't think it's particularly special, but it looks all right. So I'll show you this picture now. I think I'm going to take some other shots, a couple of more shots around the Royal Crescent before I leave this area, and hopefully go into the centre of Bath and try to take some pictures in Bath, and hopefully I can show you those. But for now, I'm going to go and take a couple of shots, and I'll put those up in a second. If you ever want to come to England, or if you're from England or the UK and you think, oh, where should we go? Bath is a really good place to come and visit. It's got loads of things to see and do. However, just like many of these sort of Georgian type places, Oxford, Cambridge, all these sort of places, it is so busy. There's people everywhere. So if you come here to take photos, you've got to be aware that it's likely to be chocker. So behind me is one of those iconic shots of Pulteney Bridge, which normally on the water you can see the steps of the weir, but today the water level is so high it's unbelievable. But I'm going to try and get this shot anyway. I'll do both a landscape and a portrait of the bridge from this position. Let's see how I get on. The skies are looking particularly grey, so I don't think that's going to make a terribly good shot, but I'll show you how they come out like now. Let's have a look together. This is the normal position you see people taking photos of Pulteney Bridge, and I've been here lots of times. I've taken pictures of buses going past, and I've taken pictures of the weir and the bridge right beside me. There's loads of people around me right now. It's just chock-a-block. I'm going to use the D3000, the Nikon, and I'm going to take a picture of what you'd normally see, the weir down there. But you can't see it today. It's incredible how high the water level is. And I'll take a picture of Pulteney Bridge just down below me using the D3000. I'm going to have to lean over to get this picture because it always is the case. I'll put the strap on my neck so I don't lose my camera. So I've got a bit of the leading line, bit of this wall as a leading line towards the bridge, and I've got a picture of the weir and the bridge down below me. Another iconic shot of Bath is this one of the Abbey underneath these arches. It is absolutely chock-a-block with people, but I'll try and get this shot just to show you. And I have been here lots of times before in various different lights, so I try and get a shot of the Abbey, or to kind of show you some of my shots of the Abbey that I've taken in the past at the end of this video. But I'll get this one now, people or no people, and I'll show you what it looks like. So it's my final shot of the Abbey. I'm underneath this archway, and just under the archway you can see the Abbey, and this is a very well taken shot. You see this on Instagram a lot, and I've taken this shot as well. So I'm going to give this shot a go. I'm going to use the Nikon D3000 and take a picture of the Abbey underneath this archway. That's with shots, one landscape, one portrait. The nice thing about it is that because it's so high up, you're going to miss the heads of the people that are walking past, because there's always people walking past, although it's slightly quieter at the back here. It's a little bit nicer, but it is Sunday afternoon about 2 o'clock, so it's going to be jam-packed here in Bath at this time of day. Of course, the thing that makes Bath the Bath is these Roman baths, and we're at the back of them now. The other side of that sign there is the original Roman baths that they created some 2,000 years ago. I hope you've enjoyed this short video of me in Bath and taking pictures using the Nikon D5000. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.